Just curious if Dial of Destiny going back up to 55% in reviewers, including Cody Leach saying it's a decent to good, has upped your hope for it. It's leveled it out, probably. I've always had skepticism, and I feel like with what Cody said, where the Rotten Tomatoes score is at, it kind of confirms what I felt suspected. All the skepticism I kind of had, fears, it feels like they're going to be true with the movie. That doesn't mean it's bad, but it means that it's, not quite magical. I rewatched all of them over the last couple weeks, and you've got two movies that are here for me. They're at the top. Last Crusade, I might put Last Crusade over Raiders. It's that good. They're this, and I think Temple of Doom is this. They're the top. This is right below it. I think it's great. And the only way by which Temple of Doom's not just viewed as great is that it's also distinctly not as good as those other two. And those movies have been with me for over 30 years that I've been watching them. I've already started writing my review for a movie I haven't seen. That can get you in trouble. But this has been true of Disney Star Wars the last 10 years. George Lucas' creations were based off the things that inspired him, which is to say Akira Kurosawa films, westerns, serials from the 40s, Flash Gordon, Stagecoach. And so he took all of this stuff from the 40s and 50s that he loved, that shaped his love for films that he grew up on, and he did this modern version of it, whether he packaged it as Star Wars, space opera, which his version of Flash Gordon, that brought in westerns, Akira Kurosawa, whether that was Indiana Jones, his version of pulling little sequences out of Stagecoach and doing these serials. And then in Spielberg's case, Spielberg says, I want to do James Bond. And Lucas said, I've got something even better. So you have a very different from James Bond in most regards. But both are globe-trotting womenizers. That there's a different lady, a different adventure. There's a lot of similarities there. But they're pulling from very different things and creating something fresh and new. But all this other stuff inspired them. Disney Star Wars and I would guess Dial of Destiny are inspired by early Star Wars and early Indiana Jones. They're not inspired by all this other stuff. They're not pulling in the other stuff. As soon as your Star Wars is based off of Star Wars, why do we have to do all these cameos in Mandalorian Season 2? Why does some of these other things not work well with people? And why is the most interesting thing they've done Andor? Well, Andor is not inspired by previous Star Wars. It's inspired by all this other stuff, and so it pops. But if you train people that Star Wars now is reminding you of past Star Wars, and you watch Andor does not remind you of past Star Wars, and so then it's significantly less viewed. And I would guess that this movie is going to be inspired by past Indiana Jones, and so it's going to play it safe with just a pinch of modern Lucasfilm in there, a couple of people described as wacky and goofy at times. So I think they're going to do something because the Dial of Destiny, time travel, whatever that is. I haven't heard any of the leaks. I don't want to hear any of the leaks. Whatever that is, I'm sure it feels wacky in a movie that otherwise is playing it super safe. So that's what I'm expecting.
Most of these clips are pulled from my weekly Patreon live stream. Join at any level and you can join the chat and ask all the questions you want. That's for as little as $2 per month. For $5 per month, you can get your name on my end card. For $25 per month, you can have a monthly video chat with me. Link is in the description for more details, and keep talking movies and TV too much.